And I'm a little out of it. My husband and I went up. Hey guys, welcome to the Uncreative Crafter. My name is Jen. It is Sunday, June 14th, and I'm a little out of it. My husband and I went up the Mount Washington Cog Railroad this morning. Spent a little bit of time at the top. I cannot stand heights. I don't really know why I agreed to do it. Of course, it was a lovely experience, but it's just a long drive from where we live, and it's a long ride up the railroad. Also, the air conditioning, I think, went in our apartment. We started smelling a burning smell coming from the air vents last weekend. Turned the air off for a while, turned it back on the other night. Still no air. Still a weird smell coming from the vents. So all the windows are open. It's a beautiful day outside. It's really warm, so I might look a little sweaty and disheveled. You may also hear the cats playing in the background. I promise they're playing, they're not fighting. Dorian has been super patient with Ozzy, which has been really awesome. But he's flapping his tail and Ozzy will go after it, and occasionally they'll tussle a little bit. Maybe I can get one or the both of them on the show towards the end. But anyway, let's get on into it. First things first, today is the last day of the new To You Along, and that has been running since the middle of May. It's my first contest and my first giveaway on the Uncreative Crafter, and basically you still have a little bit of time to enter. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to get the video up. It's late in the day. I tried taking a nap after Mount Washington, but it didn't really happen. So it's 6-ish. Yeah, 6:30. So anyway, you've got until about 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight to enter, and then I'm going to put everybody's name into a hat or a bag and do a drawing to see who wins the fabulous skein of fibrous dash yarn that Christy donated. Let me pull that out so you can take one last look at it if you are hoping you're going to win it. And this is her Twinkle Toes, which is a fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% twinkle. And it's just like fabulously awesome, beautiful, winey purples and maroons. Maroon is the color I was looking for last time I podcasted and I couldn't remember. And anyway, 438 yards, 100 grams in her Cora Crawley colorway. So you have until tonight to enter. You can either enter on the official Ravelry thread for the contest, or you can, I have a blog post up. Nobody's commented on that, which is totally fine. Makes it a little bit easier for me to figure out which goes to which. Anyway, I think I have like 8 entries right now, which for my first contest is pretty awesome. And people have been doing such a variety of things, which is also fabulous. We've got someone doing some hand sewing, someone's doing some crocheting with beads. We've got a couple people doing mitered squares, which is fun because mitered squares was my new thing as well this month. Top-down socks, heel flap, gusset, Kitchener. Somebody is a little bit of an overachiever, but she made some awesome socks. So plying and knitting with hand spun, which beautiful work, absolutely stunning. Knitting and crochet and entrelac. Okay, I had to look up how to pronounce that. I've been always pronouncing it entrelac. I never took French in school, but I just was doing it that way, and I looked it up just to make sure, and that's not how you pronounce it. So I feel kind of silly. Entrelac. Also, I learned that variegated is maybe not pronounced variegated. How do you pronounce it? I've always pronounced it variegated because that's how it's spelled. But I looked up, Stacy from Very Pink Knits did a little hosting pronunciation guide on a different video podcast, and she pronounced it variegated. So I thought that was interesting. I'm going to keep saying it variegated because that's how it's spelled. Anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting. Ozzy is playing with my foot. And the last person is doing zippers. So we have a wide variety of really awesome things that make me want to try some new things. I've never done entrelac, for example. Yeah, so lots of awesome things. There is still some time to enter. Just wanted to throw that out there. Hey guys, Jen from the future here in this future hat to do the drawing. I ended up not editing my video correctly yesterday, and by the time I was done, it was time for Game of Thrones, and at that point, didn't really want to sit and let it upload to YouTube. So, I have my handy-dandy invisible, if he knows what's good for him, assistant. Apparently he doesn't know what's good for him. Who's going to be my independent auditor. I've written everybody's name onto a piece of paper. We'll be putting it into this hat, and he will be picking the name out of the hat for the winner of the Uncreative Crafter. New to you along, and now he's just messing me up to be a jerk. That's cool, we only get one take to do this, so whatever, be immortalized as a doofus on the internet. So, alright, you get me in my lovely after work hat and hair and clothes, etc. So, 8 names, 8 pieces of paper, and I dropped one. That's great. Can you grab that? Yeah, I can't read it. Alright, so that's the 8th name. Shake them up. And I'm ready for you to choose the winner.
And the name is Angelique Artistry.
Oh, Angie!
Yay, Angie!
Yay! You won! That's actually awesome because that saves me on shipping. Yeah, so, yay, congratulations. And this was so much fun. I will have to do it again sometime. Alright, guys, thanks again so much for watching. Enjoy the cats in the background, and I will see you in a couple weeks, and enjoy the rest of the video. I do have a little bit of stash since I last podcasted. Not too much. I've been a little tired of working with the white cotton for my washcloth project, so I really wanted to bring in some color, and I have a project in mind, so I bought some peaches and cream, and I got one in mint and one in bright blue. They are going to be a ball band dishcloth. It's going to match a certain color scheme, no spoilers. If you are watching and you know that this is your color scheme in your bathroom, surprise! But anyway, it's going to be a ball band dishcloth, I think, with the bright blue as the main color, and the mint is the contrasting. And they were 2 colors that I probably wouldn't have paired together when I saw them in a bathroom, and I thought they were pretty cool. So, a little bit of stash. Excited to finish my current washcloth so I can use those needles. And also, although I don't have the stash yet, I am actually planning a mini skein swap with one of the group members, Iggy Star, who has kindly agreed to send me... Ozzy, please don't do that. That hurts. He's learning. She has agreed to send me 3-gram balls because I don't use 5 grams in my mitered square patchwork blanket. And I'm going to send her 5 grams, and it's all going to approximately even out, but she was really sweet to agree to do that. Still in the process of getting her stuff together. I think I have 3 of the skeins figured out and whatnot, and we'll get her contact info soon and get that sent out, so I should have some awesome mini skeins. Ozzy! I'm going to have to stop podcasting if you can't leave my beautiful pedicured foot alone. I knew I needed a pedicure because Ozzy attacked my foot the other day, and I couldn't feel it. I can feel it now. I got a pedicure. But, alright, soldiering right on. It'll be a quick one if he doesn't stop it. So, finished objects? Nothing. Not one thing. I would like to pretend that there's something in finished objects, but there's not. There's almost something in finished objects, but we'll get into that. In progress, we've got a couple of things. Got my mitered square patchwork recipe blanket. And I made a little bit of progress since the last time you saw it. And so, I think the last time you guys saw it, I'd only done just these 4 down here, and I'd woven in the ends, and I have added on 5 squares since then. Obviously, I've not woven in the ends on these, but I will do that before I start any additional ones. So, this is some long Yawal something something. It's got silk in it. I always mess it up every time I try to say it. Some crazy Zauberball. This is some 3 Irish Girls Adorned sock, and these are from my scrappy socks that you saw, I think, last week, 2 weeks ago, and Three Irish Girls Adorn sock in the Water Lilies colorway. They're playing, I promise. It's tough to tell, but this is some Fiber Stash, Twinkle Toes. A little bit of twinkle there, you can kind of see the sparkle. And I made I think a Gaynor shawl with this because it was so pretty, and you knit till you use up half the yarn. And then this is some Melody yarns. I remembered it when I bought it. I remembered it 2 seconds ago, and then a cat attacked my foot. But I wove my scarf out of this, and I don't remember if I showed it off properly, but I ended up giving it to my mom. I had a little bit left over. I felt a little bad. I was going through my scraps, seeing what I had available for Iggy Star for 5-gram balls, and like, for example, this was a 4-gram ball. So, sorry, I kept it for myself, and used it. So I've been making a little bit of progress on this, and I have to finish going through my stash to find out what I can get for her. Also, because I want to make the ball band dishcloth, I did pick up my January 8th knotted open work washcloth. And I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start taking a picture of the actual pattern without showing you the pattern, or the photo of the finished pattern in the perpetual knitting calendar, because I know the white is tough to see, especially with my windows being open and blowing stuff out. But it's kind of like this alternating, you've got yarn overs and you've got sort of decreasey areas, and it kind of moves up and down. It's really pretty. It's only a 4-row repeat. It's a little weird because the first row is a purl instead of a knitted row, which is a little bit different than I'm used to. But yeah, worked on it a bit in the car today, which was nice. I actually finished the last square in my mitered square blanket in the car today as well. I should have brought something up to the top of the mountain with me so I could say, this knitting has been to the top of Mount Washington. But I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't want to bring stuff on the train and have to carry it around if I didn't need it. Yeah, so, and bear with me, long day, thirsty girl. Ripped pint glass from Ravelry. Oh my god, I love water right now. So good. Also, this was almost my finished object, and I'm not too happy with it right now. I started my pink, and I think I showed you guys these last week, my pink stripey, super blowing out the camera right now, Plymouth Yarn Neon Now. I've knitted a pair of socks already with these, and I'm having a lot of fun with the toe-up construction, and I've been doing the short row heel, and I increased to 35 stitches because I was doing a 70 stitch sock, because that was what my math figured out to be. Increased to 36 to make it a little bit easier to do math, and then I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or if I was tired. I don't think I dropped any stitches, but I may have knitted or purled two together where I wasn't supposed to, because I only have 34. And I think I have to try to insert a needle in because I didn't put in a lifeline because I was cocky, and try and rip back and do that again, which is a total pain, especially because I found my size 00s. I knit my socks on size 0 needles to get 8 stitches per inch, which is the suggested gauge, and the heels have always been loose for me because you're knitting flat instead of in the round. Gauge is a little bit looser for me. Found my 00s, a little bit more pleased with the tightness of the heel, and so to try and pick everything up and rip it back is going to be kind of a pain. So right now this is in the naughty corner, which is a bummer because I could have been done with a sock, but, you know, that happens, I guess. And then something exciting that I started working on that you probably won't see too much of is I didn't want to bring my wheel to spinning group, which was this past Sunday, because Ozzy's thinks it's a toy. He likes climbing on. I have a towel over it to sort of protect it from the sun and silly kittens, and he likes to climb that. And then he's also started like jumping through the spokes in the wheel, which I don't know if I've talked about, but I didn't want to start something on the wheel and not really be able to work on it. Our apartment's pretty small and kind of limited in where I can work on things, especially something like that requires, you know, the right size seat and me to be in a certain position. So I brought my spindle with my pink spinning on it that I mentioned, I think last time, that I was going to finish that before I started anything new. And one of the ladies brought her e-spinner and the battery died and she didn't have anything to work on. And I said, hey, I brought knitting and I brought my Russian supported spindle. Here, I'll wind this off. I'm not really enjoying it anyway. And you can play with it. And so I gave her that and I grabbed my Russian supported spindle, and there were a couple of ladies there who had done it before. I don't know if it was with the Russian kind or with the other kind that is escaping my brain at this exact moment. Nobody knew everything I needed to know, but by the power of like the 3 ladies that had done it before and YouTube, I kind of figured it out. I know I'm not doing it properly, but I made something that looked like yarn and I didn't break the spindle, which has always been my fear because these super pointy pieces on the top and on the bottom, you don't want to mess with those. But anyway, you can kind of see, obviously for my first try, I'm pleased. I hate not being good at something on the first try, which you probably know if you've watched me before. But, it's got twist in it, thus it is yarn. And this is my wee beastie bat from Contented Butterfly Farms, and this was one of the things that I bought at the New Hampshire Sheep and Wool Festival about a month ago. And this is a blend of wool, mohair, and silk, 60% wool, 30% mohair, 10% silk. So, it's a lovely blend. I may have shot myself in the foot a little bit, spinning something that I hadn't spun before. I probably should have picked like a long wool that I knew I liked, like BFL, but I thought it's just 1 ounce, so it's not overwhelming to try and do it. So I split it up into tiny little bat balls, and yeah, figure I'll work. That's something I can bring in the bedroom and shut the door and work on if I really want to, but I haven't in a week. Ozzy, you are going to be on the podcast now because you are digging into my foot, and this will be your punishment, is to have everyone fawn over how adorable you are. He's being kind of a brat. So, didn't write this one down for some reason, but things that I'm not working on, the long crawl, guess what? Spinning, weaving, can't think of anything else. Those are the 2 major ones. Did a little bit with the spindling, but not too much. Weaving, I know I will pick back up, but because there's a lot going on and it's on my lap and I sit on the couch, the recliner, that just seems like something that Ozzy's going to get into. So I don't really want to set myself up for failure with that right now. So maybe I'll bring that to spinning group next time and do that instead. Extra credit, I actually did find my Wreck This journal. We did a little bit of cleaning recently. Funny how things can get really messy when you buy a lot of stuff for a kitten. So anyway, if you have not watched me from the beginning, you might not even know what this is. Wreck This Journal is something that I heard about online from another blog that I read, and basically it is creative prompts, artistic and otherwise, that, you have a stain page, for example, and I put some hand sanitizer on it, or you might have one that says to put the page in your pocket and put it through the wash, or take the journal in the shower with you. So basically, as a rule follower, all the things that I could not stand to do to a book, like crack the spine, which took approximately 10 attempts because spines are tough to crack. Or maybe I'm just really weak. I don't know. But anyway, I did find Wreck This Journal. I had a little bit of spare time one morning, and I was flipping through trying to see if there were any pages that I could do that were fairly simple, and I've seen people do really beautiful, elaborate things. I bought paints, like acrylics and oils and whatnot, and have not opened them since I bought them, which is terrible. So I was trying to find something that I could do that was simple, and I figure I can always embellish later. And I found one which was trace the outline of your hand, or trace your hand. And at first I almost grabbed, a pencil or a pen, because, that's a nice normal thing to use. And I was looking through where we keep those, and I found a blue highlighter, and I thought, okay, Jen, be a little crazy. Do it with a blue highlighter. And so you know, nothing super exciting, but I did get blue highlighter all over my hand, which was kind of a pain because then I was going to work and I didn't really have time to wash my hand. And also, it did get on the edges of the pages a little bit. So I gotta let that go, right? Like, I just gotta be okay with that. I'm a work in progress. A little bit of on the edge this week. Not too much. I have not gone to the gym, but I did do some laundry. Did not have a lot of knitting that was really appropriate for doing the laundry, like long term. You're there for like at least, a good hour and a half. So I did bring War and Peace, and I'm up to 64%. Super love triangle-y. Like, everybody who was in love with one person now seems to be in love with another person. And since I had trouble keeping them straight already, it's just getting more complicated. And actually, it was kind of funny. I was reading it, and I grabbed my husband, who was doing the laundry with me, and I said, they finally said the name of the book. Someone actually mentions War and Peace. But we're still in war, which you probably already figured out. And also, I got my Birchbox on Friday, which was really nice, and so we'll do a quick mini review of that, and then I'll let you guys get on with your day, because I gotta get this uploaded before the contest ends, right? So, a little bit of rustling. I tend to keep my stuff in the package, just easier to have it all here for you guys. So, first thing that I got is this Beauty Protector Beauty Wash, which is just for... Ooh, holy, blowing it out. Oh man, okay. And just this little sample size shower gel. I've used it a couple times already. It smells nice. It's nice and creamy. It lathers up nicely, and there's a little bit of a scent left on my skin after I'm done. I'm trying to think of what it smells like. It's got like this... I don't even know what it smells like, but it smells nice. Like this warm, vanilla-y, I guess, scent to it, and I have shower lotion on my hand, so that's awesome. Good thing I touched the yarn already. So, it's fine. I'll use up the sample, and I'll rate it, probably give it like a 3 out of 5. Anyway, now that we've talked about that for about 10 minutes, we'll move right along to Dr. Jart's BB Beauty Balm, SPF 15, water fuse. These things are complicated. Like, the names on these are crazy long and ridiculous. Anyway, again, I have my show notes on my computer this week, so it's the screen is a little bit bright, but you can kind of see that. I took this out, and I thought I'd gotten a BB cream last month. And this is terrible, right? Sometimes I get stuff and I don't use it for a month, so I lose out on being able to review it for my 10 points. If you're not familiar with Birchbox, it's a subscription service. You earn points for reviewing products, for buying products, for referring friends, etc. And they can be redeemed for basically dollars off in the store when you want to buy something, which is pretty cool. And I haven't mentioned this before too, but because I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, if anyone is interested in Birchbox and you haven't signed up, I can give you like a referral. I don't know if it's like a code or a link or if I email you, but if you think you want to sign up and you haven't done so already and you want to help me out a little bit with points, that would be awesome. Let me know, but no pressure. Totally understand. So anyway, back to the BB Balm. I actually got a CC cream that I had not used, so I decided yesterday that I was going to try one of them. I forgot to mention it was a Worldwide Knit in Public Day yesterday, and my friend Angie and I, Angelique Artistry, we got together after she got out of work and we got her pedicures, which was awesome, and we just sort of enjoyed massage chairs and pedicures and chatting, and then we went and we sat on the town green, which in the town that I live in, it's pretty small. Not really a lot of like public places to go to, so we sat on the commons. There was a guy doing some metal detecting, etc. But I wanted to do up my face a little bit. We were going out shopping too for some hiking boots for my husband for today, and another adventure that's coming up that we'll talk about. But anyway, I wanted to try one of these creams. So I put one on like half my face, and I put one on the other half of my face without washing my face, without doing any of that. And just to see, kind of if one blended a little bit better. And I made my husband look at my face, and I'm like, I put stuff on half of my face, which half looks better? I set him up for that because I actually put stuff on both sides. He liked the CC cream better, so I ended up wearing the CC cream all day yesterday. It held up pretty well, and it seemed to blend pretty well. People on Instagram and Facebook were really nice about it. I don't wear makeup. I don't put stuff on my face. I don't try to blend. I don't try to get rid of red patches, anything. Like truth in advertising, what you see is what you get. But it has SPF in it and stuff, so I tried the CC cream, which worked out pretty nicely. It was super goop, and that may be something, if I try it again and I like it again, that I may purchase from them. The BB cream, BB balm, whatever you call it, was pretty nice. Had a little bit more of a grayish tinge, which was something that I was reading in reviews, and I will definitely try it, but probably on a weekend, probably not on a work day. Felt a little bit lighter on the face, though. The CC cream was pretty thick, and oily is not the right word, but I wash my face at the end of the day, and I use my Clarisonic Mia, and then I also used one of my Say Yes to Cucumber face wipes afterwards, just because it felt like it hadn't all come off. But it did, and that was nice to use another product that I had tried in my Birchbox and then bought a full size of. And then 2 products down. Then I got, and I thought this was kind of cute. So they had told us that we were all going to get liquid eyeliner, and I guess it got held up in customs, and so I think everybody got sort of like a bonus thing, and this was like a hair thing that you got, and I got this little stretchy headband. It's tough. The color is getting blown out a bit, but it's sort of this peachy coral, and it's got little lace detail on it. As a kid growing up, I had glasses pretty much my whole life. Could not wear headbands because the headband, came down here and pressed on my glasses or was under my glasses, and it was never really comfortable, so I've never really worn headbands too frequently. I have a couple of buffs, which I use, and they're much wider, that I like. So this was kind of nice to get because everybody else, or half the people, got not scrunchies, but actual hair elastics, and so I tried this on. It's a little tight, but I already kind of knew that I had a big head, so I'm hoping it'll stretch out with use. I'll probably try wearing it to work. It was pretty cute, except for being tight, so I'm interested to try it. And this is a Pura Vida or Pura Vida hairband, so sort of a cute, fun extra, which I thought was nice. Usually you only get 5 things in your Birchbox, and this month I got 6. So the next thing I got, and I did sign up to get perfume samples, but I did ask for them to be limited, and this is Toca Eau de Parfum Isabelle. I guess there are different scents, and it's just, this little cute, it's got the description of the perfume in there. It's got like English rose and leather and interesting scents. It's not quite me. It's a really nice light scent that wasn't like offensive or anything, but I'm a tough sell with perfumes, so I'll certainly use up the sample. But I liked the first perfume sample that I got a lot better. But it's always fun, like, how would I have known that I liked that one if I hadn't gotten the sample? And then I certainly have no issues with this. I got an eyeliner in a past Birchbox, and then I did it in order, and I got a sort of like mystery sample pack, and that had an eyeliner in it that I haven't tried. And this is now, I guess, my 3rd Birchbox eyeliner, only my 2nd technical one because it came in my box, but this is Marcel's eyeliner in Mulberry. And this is like where the importance of lighting comes in. So like to me, this is brown, right? Of course, now on camera, of course it looks purple, but pulling it out and looking at it in the lights of my living room, it was brown, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, brown will probably go pretty nicely, like a coppery color with my green eyes. And I go to grab it and put it on yesterday, because I put in some effort, and it was purple, which even better. Green eyes and purple was really nice. This is supposed to be like waterproof, smudge proof, etc. I don't think I actually remembered to take it off yesterday, so it seemed like it held it pretty well. It was a little waxy, which I guess is to help keep it be waterproof, but anyway, one more thing, and this thing is actually something I'm super excited about. They do send out an email. They let you know about samples that you can choose ahead of time. But usually by the time I get home to pick mine, they don't have them anymore. They go pretty quickly. And so this was maybe last month, and I didn't get, what I wanted, but I did get an interesting lotion. And I don't know if they just, can tell that I clicked on it or based on my preferences, but I got something that I really wanted to try. And this is the Real Chemistry Luminous 3-Minute Peel, which comes in this super sparkly, fabulous box. And, I wanted to try this. I've never done a peel, not professionally, not at home, and it looked interesting. And I'm all about skincare. I like skincare products. They are the easiest thing for me to justify spending money on because you use them pretty frequently. And anyway, it's just this little tube, and basically what you do is it's like this clear gel. You put it on your face, and then you start rubbing, and you rub for 3 minutes, and stuff starts gumming up and falling off, and it's supposedly dead skin cells. Is it actually dead skin cells? I don't know. I wasn't expecting much, but I really liked this peel. I feel like my face was so much smoother, and my skin was brighter, and my pores were, super tiny after I used it. Now, I don't have sensitive skin. I don't think I have sensitive skin, but my face did feel a little bit warm and tight after using it. Not like a horrible reaction, but something to consider that I would maybe just do this on a Friday or a Saturday night where I didn't have somewhere to go, right after, but definitely on my list of things to buy, especially if the second time I use this is as nice as the first. It is pricey, but that's why you review your Birchbox items, so you can get those points off to spend in the store. So, I think we might actually just call this Jen and the Birchbox podcast, because I feel like it was no podcasting and all Birchbox. Anyway, I probably forgot to mention this is episode 11. Thank you guys for stopping by. I still have to figure out how I'm going to announce the contest winners, if I'm going to do a mini update video in a couple of days, or if I'm just going to announce it in a Ravelry thread. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking with me. I am going to go try to grab Ozzy, actually. I feel like you guys have earned it, and he's kind of sleepy, so he might let me do it. So I may or may not be back. Alright. Hang on. He was taking a nap, so he's kind of cuddly and pretty purry. So, Ozzy, you are forgiven for being kind of a doofus and eating my foot. And guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching and sticking around with me. I really appreciate it. And remember, it gets done one stitch at a time.